Hello YouTube, my name is Nero TV support Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 3 days ago, Modern Warfare 2 Remastered was listed by Activision's Amazon page, and the community erupted with hype and excitement unlike anything I've ever actually seen from the Call of Duty community before. Keep in mind, I've been playing this series for a very long time. I've been playing since 2007. I've been doing YouTube videos since 2011. I have seen the best and the worst of the Call of Duty community, and I can honestly say, without hesitation, that the amount of hype I saw for Modern Warfare 2 Remastered was more than I've ever seen for any other Call of Duty game in the history of this franchise. Even Black Ops 4, like just 2 weeks ago, Black Ops 4 was revealed, and the hype was huge for that game. Like, so many YouTubers that left the game to go play Fortnite or whatever, they came back to Black Ops 3. They're so hyped for Black Ops 4, but even that doesn't compare to the amount of hype I saw for Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. The big question on everybody's mind right now is, was that Amazon leak legitimate? Are we being bamboozled right now? Is it really coming out next month? Is it really going to cost $25? Here in this video, we are going to be covering everything we know so far about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, as well as, of course, addressing some community concerns that I saw popping up in the comments of my videos, as well as, of course, over on Twitter and on Reddit. Let's start things off here by taking a look at Activision's history with Amazon accidentally, quote-unquote, leaking their games early. I say quote-unquote because I really don't think that these leaks are actual leaks, but rather I think they are very deliberate and calculated marketing tools that they implement to get hype generated for their game, which honestly works pretty well. But if we look back not even 12 months ago, we saw the same thing happen with the original Modern Warfare Remastered. So back then on Amazon Japan, not Italy, but Amazon Japan, we saw a listing for Modern Warfare Remastered's standalone release coming out on June 20th with a price tag of $70. And lo and behold, when June came around, the game came out on June 27th with a price tag of $40. So we saw pretty much the same thing happen last year. The date and the price were slightly off, but the fact still remains, the listing was correct, and the reason why it was correct is because it's incredibly hard to fake listings on Amazon. You can find some off-brand and third-party Call of Duty listings on Amazon, but they are always listed under the actual company that is selling the product, as compared to the Modern Warfare Remastered and the Modern Warfare 2 Remastered listings that we saw, which go back to the official Activision Blizzard pages for their given countries. So that's why I think the listing is actually legitimate. We saw the same thing happen last year with the original Modern Warfare Remastered, and also it's very hard to fake listings on Amazon. Not to mention, we also have some other interesting things that are going around right now. So we have Robert Bowling, the former face of Infinity Ward, saying that he thinks the game is actually confirmed. We have Raven Software, who never announces anything, saying they have a big announcement coming soon. For some reason, Activision has gone out of their way to not allow Modern Warfare 2 to become backwards compatible on the Xbox One, despite pretty much every other Call of Duty game that came out before and after it being backwards compatible. And not to mention, a lot of Modern Warfare 2 assets started to appear in the original Modern Warfare Remastered after the game came out. So a lot of you guys probably don't remember this, but as somebody who's always keeping up with Call of Duty news, it's like an obsession for me at this point. I remember all of this like it was yesterday. So in a January update, more than 2 months after Modern Warfare Remastered came out, new attachments started to appear in the game files. Keep in mind, we're not talking about some leftover assets from a previous game like COD Online that Raven Software had worked on. These were not there in November or December, but they were there after an update in January. They were added after the game came out. These new attachments included the thermal scope, the heartbeat sensor, the holographic sight, the tactical knife, the underbarrel shotgun, extended mag, and even a Kimbo. And of course, all of these are attachments in Modern Warfare 2, though oddly enough, data miners were able to find even more attachments in the game files, including the long barrel, the variable zoom, and the reflex sight, even though none of those attachments were featured in either Call of Duty 4 or Modern Warfare 2. Over the course of the months that followed, Raven Software would continue to secretly update the game, and I say secretly because they never actually added this up to the live version of the game. It was always in the game files in the background, but it was not one solid update, right? It was not just one thing in January. It was continuously. Every time there was a big update for the game, they would add more of these attachments, or they would update the attachments by adding in damage values or field of view changes, and eventually they even added models for these attachments, which fans could actually see by using certain programs on the PC version of the game. So if you guys want to check it out for yourself, themselves. I'll put a link down there in the description so you guys can check out some videos as well as pictures of these new attachments being used in Modern Warfare Remastered, right? So it's a very interesting situation. Why were these being added to the game? That question still plagues fans to this day because Raven Software never actually added them to the game despite them being in the game files and despite them being continuously updated. A popular theory is maybe they were going to be added later on down the line as part of a content update, but after seeing the overwhelmingly negative response, I can't overstate that enough, the overwhelmingly negative response to them adding new attachments to a remaster of Call of Duty 4, maybe they decide, you know what, it's not worth it, we're not going to add them, just whatever, scrap the entire project. But another theory is maybe they were not going to be used in Modern Warfare Remastered, but rather they were going to be used in Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. That may seem like a bit of a stretch considering the attachments actually fit on the Call of Duty 4 style weapons, but don't forget, we also saw some Modern Warfare 2 perks occasionally glitching into Modern Warfare Remastered. So we saw these scavenger packs. Do you guys remember seeing these? Maybe not. It was actually a rare glitch, but they did happen often enough that we have plenty of images of them on the internet. The Modern Warfare 2 scavenger packs would occasionally appear in last year's game, which is incredibly odd, and we also still to this day hear the Modern Warfare 2 scavenger pack sound while playing the original Modern Warfare Remastered. So you may not know what I'm talking about. Take a listen to this. I'm sure you have heard this sound constantly while playing Modern Warfare Remastered, but never actually knew what it was for. Now, I'm not saying this necessarily confirms that we've been seeing Modern Warfare 2 Remastered assets all last year, but I am saying it's incredibly interesting if you combine that knowledge with everything else we know about the game right now, whether it's the Amazon listing or Robert Bowling talking about the game or Activision themselves confirming that more remasters are coming this year or all the other things, all the piling evidence. I'm just saying it's incredibly freaking interesting. If one thing's for sure, it's that Modern Warfare 2 Remastered is going to be coming out. There's too much evidence for it not to be actually coming out. The question is, when is it going to be releasing? How is it going to be releasing? What's it going to cost? And what's it actually going to entail? Is it going to be multiplayer only? Is it going to feature the campaign? Is it going to feature Spec Ops? If we believe the price point, which once again, I don't think the price point or the release date are set in stone right now, but if we believe them for a moment, $25 for Modern Warfare 2 is incredibly cheap. That leads me to believe that the game is going to be multiplayer only, which is good and bad. It's good for the section of the community that only cares about multiplayer, which, let's be honest here, it's probably like 80-90% of the community, but there are other people out there that like to play the campaign, right? We all play the campaign at one point or another. We've all played Spec Ops probably if we've played Modern Warfare 2 back in its prime. It would be nice to see that stuff come back, but at the same time, that's going to increase the price. I do not believe for a second that Activision, let that sink in for a moment, Activision is going to be selling a full remaster of Modern Warfare 2 for $25. If it is $25, it's going to be multiplayer only. If it's going to feature the campaign and the Spec Ops side of the game, then it's going to be roughly $50 or $60, depending on how greedy they want to get with the entire system. And judging by the fact that they sold the original Modern Warfare Remastered for $40 6 months after it came out in November, they're probably going to get on the greedy side because, once again, we're talking about Activision. But of course, we are going to just have to wait and see how it plays out. Right now, that's pretty much everything we know about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. I should say there's roughly a 1% chance that this is the greatest hoax of all time, that we're all being bamboozled right now. But with all the evidence I laid out here in this video, not to mention the official Amazon listing, it seems incredibly likely that the game is going to be coming out. We just don't know when or how it's actually going to be implemented. I'd love to hear what you guys think down there in the comment section below. Do you want it to be multiplayer only for $25? Do you want it to be a full game for $50 or $60? What do you actually want to see with Modern Warfare 2 Remastered? And what is your take on this entire situation? I'd love to hear all your thoughts and feedback down there in the comment section below. Of course, I will keep you guys up to date with more information as it becomes available. But until then, that's all I have for you guys here today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop me a rating, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Alright, back it up, cut the outro. Ladies and gentlemen, I have some breaking news regarding Modern Warfare 2 Remastered that I feel as though you guys absolutely need to know about. So this video, as you saw, I was done with it. It was ready to go. It was actually halfway done rendering. I was working on the thumbnail when suddenly some very interesting news was brought to my attention that I feel as though I just need to add to this video. So there are rumors circulating right now that Modern Warfare 2 Remastered may be officially announced in the coming days at this year's Game Developers Conference. conference. The GDC started today on March 19th, and it will be running for the next couple of days, and both Activision and Call of Duty have several conferences at this event itself. It was actually at the GDC in 2009 where Infinity Ward revealed for the first time that Modern Warfare 2 was coming, and they gave us a release date, and YouTuber Ollie is currently in San Francisco for the event, but he won't publicly disclose what he's actually there for. We all know that Ollie stopped being a Call of Duty YouTuber a couple of months ago and instead is posting Fortnite content, but we also know he has a lot of ties with Activision, and that was rekindled recently when he revealed he has the same Black Ops 4 hat that James Harden was using when they revealed that Black Ops 4 was in fact going to be a thing. So there is definitely a lot of rumor and speculation going around right now. It's entirely possible that nothing is going to come from this, and we aren't going to learn anything at this year's GDC, but it's also entirely possible that in the coming days, Modern Warfare 2 Remastered is going to get an official reveal with an official release date, so we're going to have to wait and see how it plays out. Of course, as always, I will keep you guys up to date with more information as it becomes available, but I feel as though you guys need to know about this, so I decided to put it in here at the end of the video. But as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave your thoughts and feedback down there in the comment section below, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.